favela, favela. Vinha aqui na favela pra sentar no grau, pra sentar no grau.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Brad with Trading OTCs, and today, if you've been following my channel, we've also been talking about ways to get out of debt. Now, I started this segment last week, I believe, before we left for Texas, and it was pretty well received. A lot of you guys, kind of don't know where to start, right? When it comes to setting up an emergency fund, or even just the first step in taking and tackling your debt. And so we did talk about the importance of starting an emergency fund, and just how important of a first step that is. And so today, I've gotten a lot of feedback. People are asking, well, how do I even start? And so today I just want to focus on how you start saving for that emergency fund, because there's a lot of people saying, oh, well, I don't have the means for it. I don't know, I'm already maxed out on as far as my bills are concerned. And I'm here today to tell you that there's probably some ways that you aren't, aware of just yet when it comes to saving for that emergency fund. And so there's 5 things that I want to go over as far as, the actions that you can take to get that emergency fund started. The first one is look around in your closet, look in your garage, what haven't you used in the last 6 months? It can be shoes, it can be clothes, it can be, the video game console that you haven't played in a year. It could be anything, I'm sure there's tools that you haven't used, whatever. Shoes, like I just got done selling some shoes for my stepmother that she had like a ton of them sitting around. One of them was still in the box. And you can just sell them on Craigslist. You can sell them anywhere, or you can have a yard sale. You can have a garage sale, whatever. I'm willing to bet that whatever you have lying around that you haven't used for a while, that you would probably otherwise give to Goodwill, you probably could end up selling. Obviously, giving the Goodwill is a good thing too, but for all intents and purposes here, we're trying to save for your emergency fund. So if you can sell it, sell it. And so the second thing is managing your spending. Now, the first thing that I want to go over with as far as that's concerned is your grocery bill. Now, your grocery bill, whatever it is, I'm sure that you probably can buy those groceries cheaper. And using coupons is essential when it comes to that thing. So that sort of thing. So when you're using coupons, there's several apps out there. Ibotta is one of them. It's just IBOTTA. You can through Ibotta, and you can find groceries in there that you normally buy anyway. And so when you go to the grocery store, you have it all in your Ibotta app, IBOTTA, Ibotta. And when you're shopping, you just scan that, and you actually get money back for purchasing those items, which is pretty cool. It usually ends up being anywhere from $5 to $20 per grocery visit, depending on how big your grocery bill is, how big of a family you have, and that sort of thing. Coupon Susie, you can go to couponsusie.com. It's a very good resource to go to just print out coupons, and you'd be surprised. I know some of you might be rolling your eyes, man, I don't want to go through that work. Honestly, it takes you an hour or two to go, clip through coupons or whatever, and then you could save yourself $50 to $75 depending on the size of your grocery bill. And that's a pretty considerable amount of money. That $50 to $75, put it right into your emergency fund, and you're good to go. Another thing that I want to go ahead and suggest to you as well, I don't know how it works around the rest of the country, but at home here, the Sunday paper is usually what has a lot of our coupons in it, and on Sundays, the Sunday paper can be anywhere from like $2 to $3.50. A little trick: if you have a dollar store around you, go get that Sunday paper at the dollar store, because it still costs $1 there. So a lot of people don't know that, but definitely take advantage of the dollar store when it comes to going and shopping for the Sunday paper. Because I know that it's only $3.50 that you might be saving yourself, but hey, you're trying to save money, right? You're trying to get out of debt. All these little things add up, and I promise you they will. I just want you to take advantage of that. So the third thing is, it might hurt a little bit, but you may want to consider getting alternate source of income, whether that's a job, second job, or you're mowing some lawns, or you're watching some kids, on the side. I don't know. Obviously, there's different age ranges and different stages in life that are watching this video. So, if you're still in college, or you're just getting out of college or whatever, and you're struggling finding a decent job, take a couple of odd jobs. It's not going to kill you. It's going to help you save for your emergency fund. It's going to help you bring in some extra income to be able to tackle this debt, right? Okay, so the fourth thing that I wanted to go over with you today, as far as ways to help save for your emergency fund, is meal prep. This is a huge deal. You know why? Because if you don't cook meals ahead of time, then you're going to be more inclined to spend money out, right? So I'm a late riser oftentimes. Sometimes I don't wake up in time to make myself breakfast, get my lunch ready, whatever else. So what I did to help combat that was you make all your meals at the beginning of the week. Pick a day, Sunday or Saturday. I'm going to make all my meals for the week this day. And you can get really cheap meal prep containers off of Amazon. You can get a whole 2 weeks worth of meal prep containers on Amazon for like $14. That's going, obviously I'm suggesting that maybe you spend a little bit of money to get those containers, but it's going to save you in the long run. It's going to save you much more than that $14 or whatever to get those meal prep containers. And I'll actually put links in the description off of Amazon for those meal prep containers. They're really cool to use, and they will save you a ton of money, because you'll be less inclined to spend money out if you have all those meal preps. If you have all the meals prepped for the week, you can just toss them in your lunchbox and you're good to go. The fifth and final thing that I wanted to talk to you about how to set up for your emergency fund would be direct deposit automation. And now if you are already getting paid your job and you already have direct deposit set up, that's great. But what you can do is you go to your bank and say, hey, I also want, every time I get paid, on this date, to have X amount of money put over to my savings account. This allows you to put the money over without even thinking about it. Money can be a very emotional thing, and we'll get into that when it comes to paying with plastic versus cash and all that in a later video. But for this purpose, when you're getting paid and you're paying taxes, right, and they come right out, it's almost as if you don't even see it, right, until tax time or whatever, and you're like, holy crap, I paid all that in taxes. But as you're getting paid, let's be honest, you probably don't think about the taxes that you're paying, and so this would be the same type of deal. If you're automatically putting money into your savings account, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You don't think about it, it's not quite as painful. But do what you can when it comes to saving for your emergency fund. That's the first step in getting out of debt, making sure that you have that little nest egg in case something goes wrong while you're paying off your debt. It gives you a little bit of peace of mind. It gives you a way to not have to crutch or rely on credit cards or anything like that just puts you further in debt and gets you in way more trouble than it's worth. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope that you got something out of this. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, comments, whatever, of course, put them in the comments, and I read all the comments that people put in, and I try to respond to each and every one of them the best that I can. And if you also have any suggestions for future videos, I'm certainly all ears for that as well. And I appreciate you guys watching today's video. I can't thank you enough. Please like and subscribe if you learned something today. And that's all I got for you. B. Smith, it's out.
Pra sentar no grau.